So that's about me, and today we have someone very special joining with us to give us a talk and introduce us to meditation. We have with us Denise Marcus. She is classically trained artist with 50 years of experience in representational painting, and then deeply inspired by California contemporary realists and impressionists. She's also a dedicated meditation practitioner for almost 50 years. And then Denise's spiritual practice started with transcendental meditation in 1973. She's taught TM for over 20 plus years. And in 1993, but she's taught Sahaj meditation for 30 plus years. And in 1993, Denise was influenced by sky breath meditation offered by the Art of Living. So she's been teaching this for almost 20 years now. And throughout her journey, she's taught several companies, but also Kaiser Permanente as part of the health education for almost 17 years, and at Veterans Affairs as well for 17 plus years. So we're absolutely honored to have you, Denise, here and talk to us about your journey here and how you have benefited from Sahaj Samadhi meditation and also different techniques with the art of living. So over to you, Denise.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, what I'd like to do first, since you heard a little bit about me, is just very quickly, maybe Atarva and Siddhant can say what is it you're here for? What questions would you like answered? Atarva, why don't we start with you?
I just found the description interesting, so this and had some time, so decided to log in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked into meditation before or done any relaxation techniques?
Maybe some mindfulness minutes and those, but like very minor. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Siddhant, what about you?
Hi, Denise. Hi, all. So, I've been part of living before. I've done a course. I'm not sure about the name, but I used to attend the tuitions during my ninth and 10th grade. So during that, the professor or the sir that we had, he used to ask us to join the courses, and then we did that. So that time it was quite relaxing, and we felt nice doing that course. So that's the reason why I'm here again.
Great. So were you doing breath work, the breathing, the Sudarshan?
Yeah, Soham, that what I remember. Yep.
Great. It's good to remember that. Okay. All right. So, well, let's see. One of the topics, one of the things that we put out today to have people come and join us was about uncertainty in life and how do we handle uncertainty. Is that one of the reasons that you two decided to come and hear about this?
Well, yeah. Yeah, like that was one of the consideration, but I've also had like I've seen a lot of videos, I've read a lot of books, and from which I understand like, well, theoretical knowledge is something else, and then practically experiencing it would be I'm not sure how it will be, but that is the reason why I want to experience it. So
Very
yeah.
good. Very good. And what about you, Atarva? Are you?
Yeah, that was also what interested me. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my husband happens to be a psychologist, and he has a lot of patients. And especially since last fall, he has people who are just call him up on the phone and are crying and just, they're so desperate because they just feel like they don't know what's happening and what the future is going to hold for them. This is very uncertain times for many people, all people. And so when we have these times of upheaval where we're not sure what's happening, it's very hard for us to really feel that calmness inside. We're buffeted, especially we're buffeted by all of the things that we read on the news feed, because even if you're not addicted to that, you do see these things constantly, and we can't help it. And it affects us. It affects us very strongly. We not only have what's going on in politics and the world, but also, what's going on in our own lives. As Rupal said, I spent 17 years teaching the breath course, which we call the part 1 course, but it's the one where, like Siddhant, you said, the Soham, that's the Sudarshan Kriya. Sky, we call it sky breath, or Sudarshan Kriya Yoga. So we'll just say sky for now. And I taught that at Kaiser for 17 years. And, many of those people were not concerned about politics. They were concerned about their health. So we have things that were going on mentally, emotional problems, or our families, that kind of thing. So there's uncertainty on so many levels of life. And what can we do about that? So it's very interesting. Why did I start meditation in the first place? I mean, I was 22. It was a long time ago. I was in college. I was finished college, and I was in my art school. And I had been having physical discomfort and sickness since I was 14. And I think at the time, I realized afterwards that it was due to stress. But at the time, you go and you have stomach problems or headache problems or whatever the problems different people have. You go to the doctor and they just look at it as a medical model. Oh, you need this medicine. You should go on this diet. We should do some kind of testing. And so I went through that for 6 years, and nothing seemed to get better. And then I went to some doctor, and he said, you need to find a way to relax. And that was it. I mean, he did not tell me to do meditation. This was 1973. Nobody was promoting meditation in those days. But I went back to my art class, and a girlfriend of mine said, oh, you should do TM. And I go, well, what's that? And she said, transcendental meditation. I don't know if you guys ever heard of transcendental meditation, but that was previous to the Art of Living. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, he became very famous, and he taught meditation all over the world. So at that time, I signed up, I took the class, and lo and behold, within a month, all my symptoms disappeared. And I was not looking as a spiritual practice or anything like that. I just was like, strictly, what can I do to relax? Because everything else that they told me to do wasn't working. And I didn't want, he said, if you don't do this, you'll be on medication your whole life. I did not want that. So I started doing that, and I started meditating 20 minutes twice a day, every day. That was my prescription. And it was so effective. And then what I noticed after doing this for several months was, not only had I now, tamped down my symptoms, but other things were starting to become apparent to me. I started having better relationships with friends, roommates. I started having better relationships with my family. I just, it seemed to be affecting many areas of life that I had not gotten into it to look for those results. And over time, I was like, this is such great stuff. I really want to learn how to teach this. And of course, teaching at TM was volunteer, as well as teaching Art of Living. We're all volunteers here. So this is something that you do because you just want to share what has done for you with other people. So that was my history of how I got into meditation. It started out as very simple, physical, and then it became something that just affected my whole life. I started feeling like I was becoming the person who I had always wanted to be. That was really what was happening. And so then I started teaching. I taught TM for 20 years. Now this was part-time. I was also doing my art and raising a family and all of that stuff. And then I we had a 2-year-old and then we had twins. And believe me, my husband and I were not sleeping through the night for about 3 years. And what happened was we heard about this breath course. We were fine with our meditation. We were great. But somebody said, you've got to take this breathing course, the sky breath. And we took it, and it was so powerful that was it. I was totally sold, and we went into that. And so I was doing my meditation plus that. And then Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who is the founder of Art of Living, I went on a course with him, and he asked me to teach the meditation for Art of Living, which was called Sahaj Samadhi meditation, which is in the same tradition as TM. They're both what we call an effortless, deep, mantra-based meditation, where you learn a sound, which comes from the very, very ancient tradition, the Samaveda, that most ancient part of the Vedas. That's where these, what they call seed mantras, come from. And this mantra is very powerful, and it allows the mind to very effortlessly turn within, and then you just dive into a deep state of rest. And it's so funny because even some days now, I mean, I've been practicing this. I have never missed a meditation except for one time when I was in bed rest with my twins and I completely spaced it out because I didn't even know what time of day it was. That's it. In 50 years, that's the only time I've ever missed a meditation. And I still, sometimes I'll sit to meditate and I'll just close my eyes and thoughts are happening and I go, am I really going to be able to do this? And within 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it's just so effortless. It's like, you don't make it happen. It is not a concentration. It's not a skill. It's what it's called is a state of consciousness. You know, what we have are 3 main states of consciousness that we think about: waking, dreaming, and sleeping. Those are states of consciousness, right? And when there's actually a 4th state of consciousness, that is called transcendental consciousness, and what that is when you you're awake, you're not asleep, so you're not unconscious of what's going on around you, but you're in a very deep, deep state of rest where you may hear something or you may not. Every meditation is different, but you're aware and yet at the same time resting very, very deeply. And when you come out of the meditation, which is only 20 minutes, you feel like, I always say, it feels like you've rebooted your whole brain. Especially what I love is I always meditate as soon as I get up, but then in the afternoon meditation, after you've been at work all day and so many things are coming into your mind and, you know, all those outside uncertainties from the world, and you sit down and your brain is just full, and then you take the mantra and you let it go and you dive in and you settle down. And by the time you come out, it's like you've cleaned all that out of your nervous system and you're starting over again. It's so wonderful. So many times people go, well, what do you stop and meditate for? Okay, so what are you going to do? Have a cocktail, you know, and then feel dull? I mean, so, you know, it's just very powerful. And how this has to do with uncertainty in life is we cannot stop what's going on around us. I mean, yes, if you want to be very active, you can write letters to people, you can go out and protest, or you can, you know, work on things with your therapist. And I believe in that because my husband's a therapist. And there's all kinds of ways that people deal with uncertainty, but it's all on that surface level of action or non-action. When we take no action, then we really feel like we're just worrying and complaining. When we take action, we may feel like, am I doing something? Is it making any difference? Is it a drop in the ocean of all this craziness that's going on? But when we have this ability to just go to that deep, rested, very deep state of that unbounded state of consciousness that we all have, that's who we are at our core, is that consciousness. On top of that is all this activity, thoughts, actions, everything. But when we have that ability to dive into that deep state of rest, then when we come out, we feel so much more centered. And that's all we can do, is do something for ourselves to move in this world. That's the best that we can do. Now, obviously, meditation, there's been tons and tons of research on it. You can look it up, aolresearch.org. You can look up the old TM research if you want to do that. It's all valid. There's a lot of different changes in the brain. There's a lot of increase in immunity in the body. It's very good for your health. I can go into all of that. But it's like if I told you, how great is running? It's so good for you. Just, get out there and run every day. But, it's like everybody goes, ugh, but this is just so refreshing. It's like you want to get back to that state, because to me, I always say it's just my sanity in life. So what else can I tell you? I mean, really, that's all there is to it. It's a very simple, natural practice that takes a few minutes. Ideally, people do it twice a day. I know a lot of people learn they don't do it twice a day, but it makes a huge difference when you do it 20 minutes twice a day. And it is like a compounding interest, or a snowball that's rolling down a hill and just gathers more and more snow. As you continue to do this practice, it has more and more effects in your life that are positive. And those effects are things like you feel more joyful, peaceful. When these big waves come in life, ups and downs, you handle them with more equanimity, because you have discovered that part of your own self, which is steadiness inside. And you can access that all the time. So that's very powerful. Any questions so far? Okay. Well, I don't know how long I've been talking. Let me see. Should we do a meditation? Okay. So what we are going to do is I'm going to guide you. This is not Sahaj Samadhi meditation. By the way, Sahaj Samadhi meditation, the reason it's called that is Sahaj means effortless, and Samadhi is that state of deep, pure consciousness. So that's what all that means. It's effortless, deep consciousness meditation. Okay? Very different than mindfulness meditation. Very different than concentration meditation. It's a very different practice, and it has different results that are much deeper. This meditation that we're going to do now is a guided meditation. So I will be talking and guiding you through it. And all you have to do is sit comfortably, close your eyes, and just, when you hear the instructions, follow them. And if you don't hear the instructions, if for some reason you've sort of spaced out, don't worry about it. Just wait for the next instruction. Okay? All right. So let's close our eyes and sit comfortably.
And then really quickly, just make sure your phone is on silent.
Always a good idea. And now for those of us who have the Apple Watch, you also always have to make that on silent too. Okay. All right, so let's sit comfortably, let's sit easily, and close our eyes. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out. Again, take a deep breath in and let go. Listen to the noises around you. You may hear some noises in the background, children talking, traffic noise outside. Watch and listen carefully for any noise around you. Accept all the noises. Be in harmony with the environment. Let's take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your physical body. The body is a beautiful gift given to you by nature or God, or both. Honor and respect your body just as it is. Become aware of your feet, legs, hips, genitals, abdomen, stomach, chest, shoulders, face, head, the whole body. The whole body. The whole body. Take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your thoughts. Whether good thoughts or bad thoughts. Be in harmony with the thoughts. Do not resist any thoughts. Let them come. Let them flow through the mind like clouds across the sky. Now you are in harmony with your thoughts. Take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your feelings. You are peace and joy. Let's take a breath in and let go. And become aware of your feelings. Take a breath in and let go. Become aware of your thoughts. Take a breath in. Become aware of the sensations in your body. Breath in and let go. Become aware of the environment, noticing any sounds around you. Become aware of the room in which you're sitting. Take a deep breath in and let go. And very slowly and gradually, at your own speed, you can open your eyes. And how was that?
That's good.
Feel some relaxation.
Mhm.
How about you, Siddhant?
It was good. Um, I was not aware of the time how it was passing. So yeah,
Very good.
the the thoughts were running, but I was just not aware of a time passing by. Yeah.
And you know what? Thoughts are part of meditation. Thoughts are something that we're just constantly, the brain means you're alive. Thoughts are happening. Even when we sleep, we have dreams, thoughts are happening. And yet we're resting deeply when we sleep. And when we meditate, the, the technique is not to worry about the thoughts, just let them pass through the mind like clouds across the sky, not holding on to them, analyzing them, not trying to push them away or resisting them. And then at some point, at some times in the meditation, there may be a point where there's no thoughts. if you're doing Sahaj where there's a mantra, there may be no thoughts and no mantra, and all of a sudden there's just that deep gap of pure rest. It comes and goes, but no matter where you are, even if you're resting deeply and there's some thoughts going, you're getting the benefit of it. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. So, Rupal and Manas, you wanted to do the next part?
Yeah. So we definitely wanted to welcome you both to experience and learn Sahat Samadhi meditation. And there's a special opportunity when the founder, Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, he is coming to the Bay Area from July 2nd through the 7th, and then 4th to the 6th. He will be the Sahat Samadhi will be happening in his presence. So it's really powerful to be initiated or to get your own mantra in presence of a meditation master. And we would love for you to join us for this program. I think Manas is bringing up the details here. Yeah, it's going to be at the San Jose Convention Center on the 4th and 5th of July. It's a Friday and Saturday. It's 3 to 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, it's going to be 1 to 3 p.m. So, like the name of the course, Sahat Samadhi, it's a beautiful course. It's very effortless and you will not even realize the time. And to do it in presence of Gurudev is another experience. It's a very different, very powerful, very profound experience. So, would love to have you join. And then Manas and I both can be with you in a breakout room here to help answer any questions you would have or anything we can help you with. But once you do, it's in Art of Living, the course doesn't end, the journey begins. So after, like, Siddhant, right, you can come back to this anytime. So after you go through the course, you get your own mantra that you get to meditate on for 20 minutes. And that is your deep, profound rest. Right now, you would be experiencing a bit of a calm, but a sense of alertness. Like mind is alert, but at the same time, it's very calm. And with that state of mind, your efficiency, your productivity is manifold, and that's how you are able to take better decisions, have clarity in mind. There is more increased focus, and there is so much benefit that comes out of it. So when you do the course, you also get connected to the Art of Living community. Once in a week, we all come together and meditate. If in person is possible, then in person. If not, we meet on Zoom to make sure you are able to continue with your practice. Or if you have any questions that come up, you have a community to reach out to and to get those questions answered, right? I've been in this country, and in last 17 years, I've moved 13 homes, and everywhere I went, there has always been an Art of Living family ready to welcome us, to guide us. So that is such a big benefit that comes out of just doing a course, right? And then the personal challenges that I have gone through with the twins, with work, commute, and all. Needless to say, how this technique has helped me go through them with a smile, with an ease, I would say. It has not been easy, but it has made things easy for me. So definitely, Manas and I, we would like to help answer any questions to help you take this step and join us for the course. It's a beautiful opportunity in our backyard. And if there is anything stopping us from doing that, we would be more than happy to help you take that opportunity.
I would like to say before you go into your breakout room is, Siddhant, you've taken the part one course, but you haven't practiced it for a while, it seems.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
You can repeat the course with a repeater fee. Really, they have courses every weekend online. And if you want to repeat the course, that will help refresh you. The other thing is that maybe he could do that refresher with Bhushan, do you think? When is that coming up? Next weekend? Ushan is a very senior teacher. He's the person who is always around Guruji, and he is giving, what is it, a 2-hour refresher, or maybe
It's on June 11th. We can share the details with him, Denise.
in case you wanted to refresh that journey as well as learning the meditation that's available to you. And Tarva, there's a lot of opportunity